Okay, now I'm going to tin the wire in preparation of attaching it to the pad on this board. To do that, make sure the iron is nice and clean. I'm using some helping hands here to hold the wire so I can hold my iron and the solder. I'm going to heat one end of the wire, or one side, and while I'm applying heat to one side, I'll introduce the solder to the other, and it will melt onto the wire, and has now coated it with a nice shiny coat of solder. Get my tip clean. Now that I have my wire tinned with solder at the tip, now I can attach it to one of these pads that have solder already applied to them. So all we have to do is we'll heat the solder. The solder will melt. I introduce the wire to the liquid solder. The solder that's already on the wire will help flow into and create a bond or a joint with the pad. So heat, add wire, remove heat, allow both to cool, and when they're cool, the wire is locked in place, and there's a nice bond there. Clean the tip of the iron, and we can do another one. Just grab some more wire here. Snip some off. Get a wire stripper. Now this wire is pretty big. You'll be using more likely 30 gauge at least, maybe even 40. This is 24 gauge, so it's still rather thick. Plop this into the helping hands. Heat it up. Now if this was twisted wire, I would have to make sure to twist it all up, and the solder would flow in between the braids. It would create, now it's all tinned up. I can take this wire, come to another ball here, pick one. We'll do this easy one here. It's going to melt this square. You'll know when it liquefies. It's very shiny. It looks like liquid. And I let go, leaving the wire inside the solder. It now has become solid again, and now this wire is completely attached to that pad. Nice joint. Do another one. I'm going to get a little solder on the iron first, preheat it. I really want this to heat up quickly. Alright. Heat the pad, melt the solder, introduce the wire, remove the heat, leave this wire in, allow it to cool. Should take but a couple seconds. And now we have another wire attached. And they are not going anywhere.